Okay. Our main theme here is we are looking at how different policies affect the way people save and invest for their future. So, firstly, you have two different types of people when it comes to saving. You have your active savers and then you have passive savers. Active savers make up of the very very small minority part of everyone, um, and these people are typically better with their money. They they know to set themselves up in the long run, and they actively save money, which means they take the initiative on their own to take money out of their paychecks, put it into their saving or investment accounts. And these people generally respond very well to change policy. So as a tax policy changes, they will take their money out of whatever account they have it in. They'll move money around accounts to have the maximum efficiency for their money. And passive savers, on the other hand, make up the large majority part of everyone, and these are people who do not take the initiative on their own to save money. So instead, what's happened for them is they will have a portion of their wages each week, month, um, and have that set back for them to save since they don't have the initiative on their own. And these people are generally less better with their money. They're not worried about the future as much. They live more in the present. And these people also do not respond at all to changing of policies. So again, the whole theme here is looking at when policy changes, which groups of people are being helped from that change, which type of people are getting hurt from that change, and which people are just not not even considering any change of anything in their money. All right. For this little rant, I'm going to focus mainly on the education system and some of the problems I feel like we face in America, and particularly how we do not we don't teach the things that successful people end up learning later on in life. So, what I would start with is the our education system is of the past. There we have to implement new things, new ideas, new ways of teaching. And something that has always sat wrong with me is the lack of coverage of financial literacy. I mean, taxes, investment, saving, anything like that just is not is not taught in the school the way it should be. Um, and this, as you can see, this you go through school and you you learn all these things that the government is telling you are necessities to learn and know, which to their credit some are, yes, but also throughout all the school that I've done and I've seen anyone else do, I've never once learned about taxes or why it's a good idea to write things off on your taxes, how to even file your taxes, what you have to pay tax on, what you don't. I mean, that happens once a year until you die. That happens for your whole entire adult life. You have to file your taxes, and the fact that we don't learn that from the institution that is supposed to be giving us all the knowledge we need to grow and develop into adults is, like I said, just does not sit well with me. And along those same lines, it's not just taxes. It's there's no no money. Money is not taught in school. are certain classes that you can maybe find that will sprinkle a bit of finance here and there, but you're never gonna get all that you need and that you could get out of classes like this. Um, One of the main things I'd say is kids, especially now, are taught through social media and everything else that if they have the most expensive thing or the nicest thing, that automatically means that they're on top and they look like the big top guns. But in reality, it's never been taught to them that the the real winners in life are people who live, first you live on less than you make, and second you don't have uncontrollable spending. You give yourself spending to have fun with and do everything you need to, but you're not spending money on unnecessary things that you're going to use one, two times, never use again. Um, so we have to do a better job of teaching these things to our kids for when they grow up. They'll have this knowledge already. Um, along with that, saving is something that is definitely not taught in school, and I wouldn't say your average American person is as concerned about saving as they should be. Um, Saving sets up everything you need to do. It's it's your safety net. It's your future. It it plays a lot into your life, and the fact that kids don't understand this yet, and they don't understand how important it is to save money, to always have money that's being saved, going back for, like I said, either your emergency savings, your safety net. So your car breaks down, you lose your job, you still have enough saved up to keep you more than afloat by the time you get a chance to get around to some more employment. Um, Again, it goes with college and everything. These I think we've been taught more that money money is not something you need to have. Rather, it is kind of readily available, and this is at least what the banks would like you to think. Is the as we talk about, the banks loan out money. That is how banks make money. So they have all the more reason to want to loan out money to everyone, and especially people they know are it's going to hit the interest for them, and they're going to be paying 20% more than what they believe they're taking a loan out for. It's say this generation has got into, a lot of people think money is just kind of floating around everywhere, and it's you can grab it as long as you pay it back, but there's they don't understand the consequences quite yet, that when you take that money, you have it is your full responsibility to pay it back and some, along with interest. And especially when so say now kids are taking out loans to go to college, and they decide that they're gonna party and skip class 7 days a week. I mean, you're once you have no concept of money, and you believe that that money's just kind of floating in the air, you have no realization that you're just losing out on every bit of that. Um, Another thing that I think has to be taught in school, and it's not necessary to live your life off of, but it is one of the most useful tools I see to increase financial freedom and just overall happiness with your finances. Um, Investing in the stock market, um, or even as early as 18, if you start a Roth IRA or a, a regular IRA and have those retirement accounts. I know you're not going to see any of that money until, in these cases, 59 and a half. And that's kids now, they just think that's stupid. But in the grand scheme of time, when you're taking small portions of your money and putting in these things to let your money ride on all your stocks and trusts you have and everything like that, and you have that compound interest hit over the years, kids don't understand how much that can increase and multiply your money. um, and by the time that gets taken out, you're tax free, which again, something that I would suspect we don't have great knowledge about because of the way we've been taught. Um, so another thing that I wouldn't say it is the school system's responsibility for this, maybe rather more of your family, but uh, we have to understand that if you're not living on less than you make, or just trying to live by a little less money than your normal standards, there are hundreds of thousands, millions of people beating you at life every single day. And it is fine for some people, that is completely normal, but the people that want to get ahead, they they have the instinct, they want to learn these things and get better, and they want to maximize all the potential they have. So I really just think overall, if we implemented more of a financial literacy aspect in school and everything else, the family, church, you could say, any institution, that our kids and grandkids and future generations upon that, after being taught, will just be much much better off. And I don't want a world full of indebted people that are living with no standards of money. I think the best thing for us would be to have a whole entire country full of financially smart and literate people. And at that point, I just feel as if the whole economy is just suited to work better around financially smart people. So there you have it.